Today we will discuss regarding the difference between double equal sign and dot equals method in Java. Actually, this is the one of the question which is asked in the Java interview. So let's see, we will check on this. We will create one package. We will create our main method. Now first we will discuss on the double equal, and later we will discuss on the equals method. Okay, so very first we will discuss regarding the primitives. So we will take two primitive variables. Integer a is equals to 5 and b is equals to, for now, 7. We will compare this both using the double equal sign. So a double equals 5, a double equals b. We will check this. So that is written as a false. So that is correct. We will take another case. We will take b as a 5, and now we will execute. So that is a true. So basically the point here is when the double equal sign is having the operands as a primitive, so in that case it checks on the values. So here a and b, like the contents here are 5 and 5. So what it does, it actually compares the values. So here 5 is equals to 5, that is correct. So that is a true. So that is working fine as per the primitives. So now we will check on the instance variables. So what we will do, we will create the instance of this employee. Two instance we will create, and we will check like if the double equal sign is working or not. So here basically in the employee class, we are having the three variables. So one is a employee ID, another employee name, employee salary. We are having the default and parameterized constructor for that, and we have generated the getter and setters for these fields, and we are having two string method as a overridden. So what we will do, we will create two employees. So here we what we did, we have created one employee with the ID as a 1, name as a employee name as a Kapil, and salary as a 20,000. We will create same instance, same another instance. So here E1 E2 new employee, and the same fields we will add. So this time we have created two instances, E1 and provided the reference to the E1 and E2, and actually that is having same information. So with the primitives, actually we checked the double equal is working fine. That is working with the values. So now what we will do, we will check the double equal sign with the reference variable. So what we are trying, actually, we know the E1 and E2 is pointing to the means the E1 is referring to the information. The same E2 is also referring to the same information. So when we run this, actually the second in this case, actually we received the false, even like we know the information is correct. So basically what is the point to discuss here? So just 1 minute. So like if for the primitives, what will happen, the double equal sign will check the value is same. If value is same, it will check. For reference variable, what it is doing, actually, it the double equal sign will check, like if the both references are pointing to the same location. So here, actually, when we are using the double equal sign for the reference variable E1 and E2, so actually we know the data is same, but actually what it is doing in the backend, actually, in the in backside, actually what it is checking like whether these two reference variables are pointing to the same memory location. So in that case, actually, the E1 and E2 are both pointing to the different location. So how we can check that, like where they are pointing? So we can use the hash code method for that. This is the object class method. So we will check whether they are having same hash code or not. Hash code is the like integer representation of the memory where the object is there. So when we run this, actually, the last two things, actually they are different hash codes. So even is having this hash code 45321157, and E2 is pointing to 79668486. So actually what double equal sign is doing, double equal sign is checking like both are having the same hash code or not. So in that case, actually it found the hash code is different, means they are pointing to the different memory location, so it returned the false. So actually what we can do in that case, actually we can use we can use the equals method, dot equals method we can use. So actually for the primitives we can't use, means actually primitive are not instances, so we can't use the equals method on that. But here the E1 and E2 are the references, are the instance variable. So here actually we can use the equals method for that. But the default implementation for the equals method is the same as the double equal sign is working. So if we used, so here also we received the false using the equals method, because the implementation of equals method internally it is using the double equal sign only. So it will also checking the hash code. If the hash code is means it is also checking the same, like if the hash code is same. So in that case, actually what we can do, so we can actually as for example, we are working on this employee class. Every class in the Java is having is the child of the object class, and object class has specified this equals method. This is available, if you can see, this is available in the object class. So we can simply override this method. So we can use the same signature. So what we can do here, we can override. Now here we have to write our own logic, like based on the what criteria, like the objects need to be correct, means equal or not. We have to write our logic here. So very first what we will do, we will check like if the object is null, or if the obj. Okay, so what we are doing here basically when we are overriding the equals method, so it is taking one it is having one parameter, it is accepting one reference variable. So very first what we are checking, if the what the parameter we received is the null, or that is not instance of the employee, then we will return, simply return false, that is they are not equal. Now another case, what we have to do, if if the parameter we received is the instance of the employee, then in that case we will check the fields if the fields are equal or not. So we will do that. So if this dot employee id is equals to obj dot employee id. Okay, so here actually what is happening, uh, we are not able to access the employee ID. So what we have to do, we have to we have to cast the obj variable to the employee class. So we will do that. Okay, so now we can able to access the fields. Actually, earlier we are unable to access the fields because the reference type is of a parent. So based on the compile time pair polymorphism, actually it will allow access to the methods only which are available into the object class. So due to that, what we did actually, we casted the object into, we have taken the access of the object layer from the object layer to the employee layer. So now what we will able to access the fields. Now we checked if the employee ID is as the employee ID are the primitive, so we are using the double equal sign, and then we are using the employee name. We are comparing the employee name with the other object. Employee dot get employee salary. If that is correct, then return true, else false. Okay, so we have provided the implementation. Okay, so here. Okay, so basically what we are doing in the equals method, we have to compare both instances, like if they are same or not. So very first what we are doing, we are checking for the if the instance is null, or the instance which we received, like if that is if that is not a instance of the employee, then in that case simply we are returning false. In the next step, what we are doing, we are casting this obj to the employee. So why actually casting is needed? Because using the obj as this is the type of the as the reference class is of object class, so we will able to call only the methods which are specified into the object class. So what we did, we casted this obj reference variable to the employee. Then what we did, we compiled the every field, like if that is same or not. If that is same, then we are returning true, else we are returning false. So we will check now. So now what we did actually, we here now we are now we will check this method. So now equals check, we received the true. So very first very first, like if we have overridden this equals based on the content, so now equals is working like based on the content it is checking, like means based on the content it is checking if the contents if the fields are same or not. If the same, then that is returning true, else that is returning false. And now we will check the double equal sign for the references. Okay, so here in the last two statements, still like we have overridden the equals method, but still we are getting the even double equal sign e2 as a false, and second using the equals method we are getting true. So here the difference in between the double equal sign and the equals method is that the double equal sign will always check whether the two instance reference variables are pointing to the same memory location or not. So here e1 and e2 are the like are having the different memory location, so that is returning false here. But as we overridden the equals method, so what it is doing now, it is not checking like whether they are pointing to the same memory location or not. Actually in this case what it is doing, it is checking the contents like if that is same or not. So here contents are same, so that is returning true. So we will what we will do, we will change like the employee name here. For employee 1, now here name is Kapil. For employee 2, the name is Kapil Kumar. So here actually these two instances are having the different content. So equals definitely need to return false. So here equal check is false. So basically the difference in between double equal and so basically between double equal and the equals method, the difference is double for the primitives, double equal for fine, double equal sign. But for references or instance variable, double equal do not work. So we have to override equals method by providing the implementation. I hope that will be helpful for you. Thank you.